Yes, people, welcome back to the 1894 for a brand new Manchester City transfer video. And we have two players to talk about today. The first, I'm sure you can guess who it is. It is, of course, Erling Haaland. We have some news about him. We haven't talked about Haaland now in about 2 weeks, but we have some news now. And it's quite big news. We've known for a while that Haaland to City is rather imminent. It's been happening, and it's been coming for a while, and now a very reliable source. There's been some sources have said it's done. Nico Shearer said it's done. He said it's completed. All the agreed fees, 30 million euro a year wages, and City are going to pay the 75 million euro release clause. But now the Guardian Sport, who we want to note, Rebel, let me know just before we hit record. Fabrizio Romano writes for the Guardian. Fabrizio Romano writes for The Guardian. Where are The Guardian getting this news from that Erling Haaland will join Man City this summer? They have posted this tonight at 10:30 on the 6th of May that Erling Haaland will join Man City this summer. This is as close as we will get, other than a here we go from Romano himself, to a here we go. Like, it's done, people. I'm telling you, it's done. If you have any doubts that Haaland will not come to City, get rid of him now. He will play for Manchester City this summer. And if anything goes wrong, I will eat these words and you can clip me up. It's done. He's coming. Rebel.
I mean, you can't look past it now. Like, I mean, we say Romano, tap in, all that kind of stuff. It's literally coming from these same stuff. Now, I know he writes freelance, but when he puts his own articles up, it's from The Guardian. Like, this is reliable. This is like the closest you're gonna get before there's a here we go. And we were only saying this just before we started. There could be one tomorrow. There could be one the next couple of days. Like, I think, like, we've just been knocked out of the Champions League. They're gonna want to get something. They're gonna want to get something out there. I think that's where the Frankie de Jong leaks came from last night. To be honest with you, like, I think they want to get something positive out there. Maybe try to take their minds off it. And Erling Haaland, here we go. Could be the little sweetener on that might keep a few people on side who are previously offside.
I think it's a sign now from City. Obviously, we knew that this deal was going to happen before we were knocked out of the Champions League. But I think the pace it's picked up with these reports from The Guardian and, other ESPN have talked about the wages. And I have a tweet here from Tudo Mercado saying total agreement. It is agreed between Haaland and Man City. The clause of 75 million euro to Borussia Dortmund will be paid. The player said yes to a 30 million euro per year season contract. That's exactly what Nico Shearer is saying. So there must be some correlation there. And now The Guardian, who are obviously linked with Fabrizio Romano, are saying it's done, or he will be a Man City player. I think this is a sign that City are not going to let this Champions League semi-final loss just knock them down and go, where do we go from here, which is what we were saying on our video today. I think it's a sign we know where we're going from here. We're going to push even harder. We're going to spend more money. We're going to open up the checkbook. And I'm sure there's plenty of rival fans out there who are going, City are buying Haaland, they're trying to get Frankie de Jong, they're trying to get Pogba, they're trying to buy it all. I don't give a shit what you think, mate. We're getting the best striker in the world here. We're looking at midfielders. We're a club with ambition. We're a club who will do whatever it takes to get the top trophies, and I love it. I'm so here for it. If you're not here for it, it's just because you're jealous, and that's perfectly fine, and you can live in that bitter world. I'm excited. When I see reports like this, I get very, very excited from these sources particularly. Nico Shearer, you can argue whether he's reliable or not. That's up to you. ESPN talking about his wages and whatnot, and there's plenty of other journalists doing likewise. But when The Guardian speak, it's serious business, and we can all unanimously agree that, as they are, like we said, linked with Fabrizio Romano. The very next step in this, and I'd say the next Haaland video we do, will be titled Erling Haaland to Man City, here we go. Because I think it is coming within the next, as Fabrizio Romano says, hours, days. Isn't that what he says? It's coming in next hours, days. So, listen, I think Haaland, it's done. I think he signed the contract, he signed the thing, and I think it hasn't been announced by now, purely because City have been focused on finishing their own season, and he probably wants to respect Dortmund, but maybe they're going to throw it out the window, and I think it's done. Any final thoughts on Haaland?
Get it done. Get him announced.
It's done. It is done. It's not a matter of get it done. It's finito. I'm telling you.
Get that tall bloke, right? Get that tall bloke with the hair. Put him in the City jersey with the crest in the middle. I'm happy out. I mean, I'm happy as it is, but I'll be even happier when that happens, bro, because, I mean, we always turn around and we say it's not the solution, but I mean, it's not fucking far off. This is, like, I'm getting hyped up, man. We're gonna end up, I know, by the time we stop recording this as well, we're gonna get here we go or something stupid like that. We're gonna have to make another one that way. Yeah,
that would be typical us. But listen, most of you probably clicked on this video to hear the Haaland news, and you've got it now, and you've got us. Myself and Joe have done loads of videos, me and you've done loads of videos. Luke has even spoke about it on our channel about Haaland, and we've always been felt confident, or we've always felt that happy about it or it's looking good. But I am willing to actually go on camera now in front of all of you who see this video and say it's done. I promise you, it's done. Take my word. And I'm willing to accept the consequences if it goes wrong. It's done. Now, we have another player to talk about. We're going to transition over to that. So if you want to hear about Paul Pogba and Haaland wasn't the only reason you clicked on, stay with us. But yes, get all your thoughts in down below on this massive, massive Haaland news. And get prepared, people, for here we go. Get your next season shirt ready. What, are you going to get home away or third with Haaland in the back? Let us know in the comments. Let's talk about Pogba. Let's go. Okay, Rebel, we are linked with a midfielder. And what midfielder, you might ask? It is one we all know very well. He resides in Manchester, as it goes, and he plays for our local rivals, that team over in Stretford. Paul Pogba is currently on his way to be out of contract with Manchester United this summer, and there had been kind of, rumours that he was interested in playing for City, and some low-key journalists and papers were saying that he wants to play for City and that City are actually interested. But as of tonight, we have some, relatively, actually more than relatively reliable sources. I saw Mike Keegan talking about it from the Daily Mail. I saw plenty of people talking about it, saying that Pogba wants to play for City and City want Pogba. Here's one from the Guardian Sport once again, who we spoke about there with Haaland. Paul Pogba is interested in working with Pep Guardiola, who believes the Frenchman could operate in a deeper role in a Man City midfield, and move would see Pogba accept lower wages than he's currently on. That would lead you to believe, if true, that Pogba actually really wants to play for City. And I think based off this report, once again, if true, the Pep season playing a deeper role, it would actually be our Fernandinho replacement. Now, how do we feel about that based off recent evidence of Paul Pogba playing as number 6? It doesn't really suit him. He's more of a box-to-box number 8 midfielder, isn't he? But then again, we've only seen Pogba play that role under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho, and Ralph Rangnick. We've never seen Pogba really at club level playing under any elite managers. What you have to ask yourself in this situation is, whether you're a fan of Pogba or not, or a fan of the idea of him playing for City or not, is what can Pep Guardiola get out of Paul Pogba? And I think it is actually quite an exciting prospect, with one of the best managers in world football, if not the best, getting his hands on what we should all agree is one of the most naturally gifted footballers in world football. There's definitely question marks over his work rate and his application to his club and his teammates, but if Pep can get the best out of Pogba and get back to just using his natural talent and ability, and combine that with some newfound work rate, Rebel, we would absolutely have a player on our hands.
He's, like you said, he's one of the most naturally gifted footballers I've ever seen. Like, I'll be dead honest with you. I hate saying about United players, but he is fantastic. You got I saw, obviously, when they got knocked out in the Euros, he still played fantastic stuff. When they played in the World Cup, he was unbelievable. That's just the thing. He plays great when he has a natural 6 beside him, when he has a Kante beside him. But if he's playing the 6 at City, it just he won't have it about him. Now, I'm all for signing, because I think the key to unlocking Pogba is having just a fantastic 6 beside him. That's what we have. We have that with Rodri. If you have Pogba there playing beside Rodri, he's going to be fantastic, because he's going to have the majority of the work done for him. But the only other question mark that I have wavering over his head is the work rate, because we've seen him at United for years, right? He doesn't work hard enough. Like, at United, that's the main part of their downfall. The players don't work hard, and he's one of them. He has to be the main culprit for not working hard. If he's going to come to City, which it seems like he wants to, he's been looking at houses now. Sunday said he was apparently looking for a new house in Manchester. He needs to be able to just switch it on and say, look, this is my, what's he, he's 28? About 28?
Yeah.
He's in around 28. This is going to be his last big contract. Like, to be honest, it's going to be his last big contract. This is going to have to be him turning around saying, I want to play. I want to put in the work ethic. I can play a 6. I can play an 8. If he pressed, we said this, I know he played I think he played against us and he was playing the false 9. If he was pressing, I'm sure he would be a great false 9, because he can link up the play like that. Like, he's fantastic. He can play from a 6 to a 10. He's a fantastic footballer. It's the work ethic. That's the main thing. The work ethic is all that's getting made, to be honest with you. But if there's an assurance he'll run, there's an assurance he'll play, I think he'd be fantastic.
I think Pep Guardiola is the man to get the work rate out of Pogba, and I think it's well worth taking the risk. I think if we had any other manager currently at the club, I'd be like, oh, maybe not. But with Pep Guardiola, I'm up for it. And I think the question mark over Paul Pogba playing 6 probably is due to the defensive ability. I think playing in a City team where we don't do a huge amount of defending, weekly anyway, in the Premier League, we have all the ball. I think it's an opportunity for Pogba to show what he can do, and I think this makes sense. You alluded to a Sam Lee tweet there, and I think we may as well note it because it is probably something to bear in mind. He says he heard earlier today that Pogba is looking at a new house in Manchester. He says he thought that's weird. He's surely not staying at United. He says, now I'm thinking that's weird. Why would he need to move house to join City? Funny old game. So if Paul Pogba is looking at a new house, it means he's definitely staying in Manchester. I think it's evidently clear he's not staying at United. So it would mean he's either joining Bolton, Bury, or City. You tell me which one. I think it's City. I would like to see Paul Pogba at City. Get in all your thoughts down below. It's an interesting one. We've been linked with a huge amount of players since the Champions League semi-final loss. Obviously, Haaland was one that we've been linked with for a long time, but since the semi-final loss, it's ramped up as to who we may get and who may leave too. So that's probably another video we'll do there, who will probably leave and who should leave maybe, because there is players that should leave. So get in all your thoughts down below on Paul Pogba, Erling Haaland, and the future of our squad. How's it going to look next season? Do us a favour as well, if you've stayed to the end of the video, let us know in the comments. Have you stayed to the end of the video? We'd like to know who's watched the whole thing. Leave a like as well, it helps us massively, and subscribe if you're new. That would be fantastic too. Good night and God bless.